back to Dilzim's Let's Play of the Kingdom of Loathing. I'm afraid that today's play video is not likely to be particularly exciting. I have a few things to do, but mostly I'm just going to be trying to secure some ingredients for food so that I can maximize the number of adventures I can get each day. First thing though that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the desert beach. And if you see, you can actually go to a ruined house here. And when you adventure there, after a couple of hours of wandering in the desert, you discover the charred remains of a tiny house surrounded by blasted sand. You enter the house to find what appears to be several melted plastic mannequins. Strange. You go into the kitchen and find an odd, faintly glowing item sitting on the table. You grab it, but then the radiation levels start to make your teeth fall out, so you leave. You require an item, anti-cheese. This isn't so much a wedge of cheese as a hole in space the same shape as a wedge of cheese. It doesn't weigh much. It's a meat pasting component. Okay, that's interesting. What could I do with anti-cheese? What would happen if I put it together with a bowl of cottage cheese? Let's make some meat paste. Let's take the bowl of cottage cheese and the anti-cheese and combine them, and you get a cottage. You get a cottage. Okay, I suppose that makes sense. Yes, yeah, that makes sense. You get a cottage. Okay, so let's go back into my inventory and take the cottage and see what we can do with it. My cottage is here. It will destroy the barskin tent. Are you sure you want to proceed? Yes. You undo the stakes of your barskin tent, and it happily scampers back into the woods. You pick a spot with a nice view and set up the cottage. So then I can go to my campground and I have a cottage. And that gives me, well, if I needed to rest, it would give me about 30 of each. HP and MP. I have my familiar grow terrarium here at the campsite. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go back into Cobb's Knob and go back into the kitchens. Beat up some Goblin Master Chefs. Ooh, a knob mushroom. As I told you, this adventuring weekend's not going to be particularly exciting. I'm going to be mostly getting ingredients, so we can you can safely skip to the next one if you're not interested in seeing what I get here. Ooh, more knob mushrooms. Excellent. A wad of dough and a tomato. Didn't even get anything there. There is something in particular I'm trying to get a hold of here. But, ooh, he has salts, peppers, parsley, sages, rosemaries, and thymes you. Aha, this is what I wanted. Spices. I only have one, though. I would like to get as many of those as I can manage. Oh, yeah, well, let's try adventuring again instead of clicking on my... The drops aren't as handy as I would have liked. Ooh, I got oven mitts. That gives me so hot resistance. Okay. He tries to splash you with a ladleful of hot soup, but you remind him that ladleful isn't a word. He attacks with his spatula in one hand and a ladle in the other. He ladles out pain and spatulas out suffering in equal proportions, opening a perfectly seasoned can of whoop-ass on you. So unfortunately, sometimes it's not particularly exciting to play the game when you need something like a bunch of ingredients, but this is probably the best way to do it without going to the Mall of Loathing and spending a bunch of meat. I got an over cookie. This cookie may or may not have been appetizing at some point, but now it's just a little puck of carbon. It's a decent food for one, though. That's not too bad. Continuing to beat up denizens of the kitchen. I'm going to do this until I hit about 30 adventures, I think. Don't really have anything to talk about, unfortunately. I mean, there's nothing exciting going on. I did do a recording of The Raven last night for Halloween, but unless you have access to my SoundCloud, you're not gonna find that. So there's not much going on here. Ooh, dry noodles, spices, and a Knobgoblin spatula. Dry noodles are a fancy cooking ingredient. I'm fairly sure that I am able to do the first level of fancy things, but maybe not. Because I have to buy advanced meat crafting. Oh, I completely forgot and went right over down to 30. We'll switch up the location at 30 here. Ooh, I got a knob sausage. Okay, so having obtained some spices, we can go back to the nearby plains and down into the bat hole and fight some bean bats. Get some enchanted beans. I'm beating on some beans. Ooh, another scream bat. The bat fills its lungs for one more mighty shriek, running from low enough to vibrate your guts to high enough to make a chihuahua's head explode. Now, back when I used to play this way back in the day, it would take adventures to cook or cocktail craft anything. So you had to be careful about how many adventures you had left when you were doing all your cooking. Just gonna take this down to about 10 adventures or so. Alright, let's go to my inventory and see how many enchanted beans I have. I have 1 flat dough and 3 wads of dough. We'll use my rolling pin, so I've got 4 flat dough now. Where I have 10 enchanted beans. What happens if I use one? I can't find a good place that looks good to plant a bean. That's okay. I know where to find enchanted beans if I need them. Alright, I have 3 gallons of fury. 4 flat doughs. I need 6 more flat doughs, so let's go into the inventory, equip my bugbear beanie, and my bugbear bungard, and go back to the distant woods in here. Oh, there's something up there. Let's go talk to you. Let's buy another 6 wads of dough. And because I have the meat while I'm here, we'll buy an unrolling pin just in case. Well, let's go back to the distant woods here. I still have some adventures. Oh, I'm dressed wrong. Let's fix that first. Okay. I want the Knobgoblin Elite Helm and the Knobgoblin Elite Pants. And then we will go back and see what the smoke signals are all about. You approach the source of the smoke signals and see a haggard dirty hippie staring sullenly into a campfire. Excitement widens his bloodshot eyes as he sees you. Oh, hey, wow, thank Gaia you're here, man. You gotta help me out, man. Alright, what's the problem? I came over here to protest the opening of a landfill, and now I'm stuck here, man. Landfill? You mean like the old landfill? The one that's been here for like 30 years? I don't know where it is because everyone stopped using it like 8 years ago when Seaside Town started dumping all their garbage into the ocean. The hippie blushes. Yeah, man, like our intelligence was a little out of date. How'd you get stuck here? How did you get here and why are you stuck? Well, that's a funny story, says the hippie. I made a boat out of banana leaves and after I landed I found it was too late to protest the landfill. So I got bored so I smoked some of the boat to see if it would do anything. Did it? And did it? Did it what, man? Did it do anything? Did it do anything? You ask, I'm more impatient by the moment. Did what do anything? Did it do anything when you smoked it? Did it do anything to you when you smoked part of your boat? Oh, not that I can tell, man. I got really paranoid a few minutes ago, though, so I built this fire here to get somebody's attention to help me. I didn't want to do damage to this beautiful forest, so I used the rest of the boat to build the fire. Okay. Specifically, what do you need from me? Oh, you're in a hurry. Like, that's totally cool, man. I get that. I need you to go over to the landfill and find me a sustainable boat. You know, like a reused or recycled or reduced or something. I do it myself, but the whole place is lousy with junk sprites. I'm a relaxer, not a fighter, man. Alright. Point me at the landfill and I'll see what I can do. Okay. I'm not going to the old landfill now. What I am going to do is I'm going to go into my inventory and craft stuff. I'm going to cook stuff. First, no, that's a lie. First I need to roll out the rest of my wads of dough. Rolling pin. Alright, so now I have 10 flat doughs and 10 enchanted beans. So now I want to enchanted beans with the flat dough. Alright. I only have 2 spices, but that's okay. The enchanted beans, even without the spices, are not bad. But we will make at least 2 spicy enchanted bean burritos. We will go back into the inventory and into the consumables. We'll eat 2 spicy enchanted bean burritos. You eat the spicy enchanted burrito. It puts hair on your fingers, which are what you use to cast spells. And I will eat some more enchanted bean burritos here. Boom. Alright, I am full, I'm pretty sure. Well, let's see if I can eat the overcookie. Yeah, I'm too full to eat the overcookie. That's okay. So, now I want to go into my inventory, and I want to equip the Knobgoblin Elite Polearm. And I also want to, well, let's go down into the Cobb's Knob and see what we can do here. Can I go into the throne room now? The Goblin King answers the door and sees your outfit. His face lights up. "My cake!" he exclaims. His delight is replaced with anger as he realizes you haven't brought him a cake. Then your face is replaced by a face that has just been punched by an angry, hungry Goblin King. The throne room door slams shut. Okay, well, I guess I can get cake in the kitchens. Okay. The Goblin King requires a cake pan. Okay. I have knob batter. And knob frosting. Huh. You say, stopping to think about it. I guess nothing. In fact, I totally forgot what I came in here for. Sorry. You turn to go, but the apprentice tugs at your elbow. Before you go, could you grab my shirt and lift me in the air one more time? You know, for old time's sake. Okay, it turned weird, you say, and you leave as quickly as you can. Alright, so let's go back into my inventory, and I am assuming I need to cook stuff. Okay. Knob cake pan and knob batter probably is the place to start. Unfrosted knob cake, knob frosting, and knob batter. Or unfrosted knob cake. Oh, I need a more advanced cooking appliance. Maybe check out the market in Seaside Town. Let's get a dramatic range. It's a range for your home, where the deer and the antelope will soon be a delicious meal. Seriously though, with this in your kitchen, you'll be cooking fancy meals with ease and panache and other spices you've probably never heard of. Alright, well I got 1,000 meat so I can afford it, so let's just go ahead and get that done. Okay. And back into my inventory, into miscellaneous. We will install the dramatic range in my kitchen, and we will now take the unfrosted knob cake and the knob frosting. And I now have a knob cake. With that in mind, let us now go and attempt to go to the throne room. Holy cow, he hits like a truck. Wait a minute, this isn't red velvet, this is blue suede. I'll have to report you to your superior officer for this right after I flog you senseless. You doff your helmet for a second so the king can have a look at your face. Actually, I'm not one of your guards. I'm the adventurer who's going to beat you up and steal your crown. But that's not fair, the king splutters. You say that so often, one wonders what your base comparison is, you say, readying your polearm. He gets the jump on me and hits me. He turns into an owl and claws me in the lower back with his talons. But one thrust smack with the Knobgoblin Elite polearm is 40 plus 5 plus 4 damage, which is a new damage attack record, and Wonklin deals 11 cc's worth of blood, and I gain a whole bunch of hit points back. I require 2 dense meat snacks and a crown of the Goblin King, which is... This is the crown of the king which was worn by the now deposed king of Cobb's Knob. This is much better than that crappy dolphin crown. It's a hat, it's got 70 power, and it gives me muscle plus 10, so that is much better. I'm going to go back into my equipment and put back on my Bjorn's hammer. And I'm also going to... Oh, I cannot equip the Crown of the Goblin King. I need 20 Moxie for that. Oh, it is the base Moxie. Okay, so I need 2 more Moxie. Well, that's okay. We can continue wearing the Knobgoblin Elite helm for a bit. I'm going to go back to Seaside Town and talk to the Council of Loathing. Thank you for slaying the Goblin King adventurer. The deep fat friars in the distant woods are having a problem. One of the experiments has gone awry and fey creatures have invaded their grove. Please, adventurer, lend them your assistance. Okay. First, we're going to pop back to my campground and rest in my cottage. You can see it's much nicer now. I also have a kitchen. Okay. That's not where I want to go. I want to go back to the nearby plains. Rather than go deal with any of those current quests, I'm going to go into the Funhouse. You're fighting a creepy clown. This is a creepy clown. He differs from the scary clown in that he is creepy rather than scary, but the overall effect is the same. Shudder. He gets the jump on you. He tries to kick you with his big floppy shoes, but trips over them and falls on his squeaky red nose. Okay. I kill him, but I don't get anything. I'm fighting a scary clown. This is a scary clown. All clowns are pretty scary, but this one is especially scary. He gets the jump on you. The clown floats over, but you spray an inhaler on its face and pretend it's battery acid. I got a long, skinny balloon. I'm fighting a disease in the box. This is a box which contains a disease, and a spring, but mostly disease. I do get to jump on it. I whack it, I give it a knuckle sandwich, but since it still looks hungry, you follow it up with a club sandwich for 39 plus 2 damage. Okay. I acquire an item, disease. You're fighting a bugbear in the box. This hideous abomination appears to be a bugbear on a spring stuffed into a box. No wonder he's so angry. Okay. Lemon in the box. This is one of the weirdest things you've ever seen. I mean, it doesn't make sense. A lemon in the box? I win the fight. Well, that's nice. I am fighting a shaky clown. This is a clown from a circus where all of the elephants are pink. His eyes are bloodshot, he moves in more of a stagger than a swagger, and his breath, oh man, his breath. Okay, beat him up, I got a bottle of vodka, score. This is a creepy clown, okay, yeah, he tries to kick me with his big floppy shoes, yep, and he dies. Disease in the box. Ooh, I got a box. It's a meat pasting component, and it's an offhand item that gives me +1 meat from monsters. Do I have any other offhand items? I don't. So, let's equip that for now, until I get something more interesting. I don't really need the Pine Air Freshener anymore. I could put something better on. I could put on Baron von Ratsworth's monocle. I could put on a batskin belt. Yeah, let's put on the batskin belt. Every little bit helps. And let's go back to the funhouse. You're fighting a creepy clown. He tries to soak you with evil salts of water, but you hide behind a tiny umbrella. The first rule of hitting with a club is you do not talk about hitting with a club. The second rule of hitting with a club is you do 42 plus 4 damage. I like that. Okay, he lurches toward you, but his big red nose falls off and he has to crawl around trying to pick it back up. Ooh, bloody clown pants. It's part of the terrifying clown suit, which gives you spooky damage bonuses. And I also acquire some clown skin. This is the tanned and preserved skin of a clown. If you look closely at the face, it's easy to trace the tracks of his tears. You don't want to look closely at the face, though. Okay, I actually want to go test something out here. If I go back into Seaside Town and I go to the right side of the tracks, and I go to Market Square, and I go to the meatsmith, and I get a buckler buckle. Okay. Now what happens if I attempt to smith clown skin and a buckler buckle? I don't have the necessary skill to make this item. So let's go back into Seaside Town. I don't have any meat really, but let's see here. If I go into the Brotherhood of the Smackdown and I talk to Torg the Trainer, as soon as my connection catches up, I could get super advanced meat smithing for 1,250 meat. This allows the meat smithing of advanced weapons. Okay. I thought there was another meat smithing thing. There's a lunging thrust smack becomes an option as well. Ire of the Orca. Fury capacity increases to 5 gallons. Ooh, okay. I could pick up Audacity of the Otter. I might as well. Okay. Oh, that's right. I get to do weapons, not armor. Well, that's disappointing. That's because if I were a turtle tamer, I would get to do armor. Alright, well, let's go back to the Funhouse and keep adventuring here. A lemon in the box. Ah, no lemon for me. Shaky clown. Ooh, let's try pushing the nose. The clown's eyes pop open and glow with a malevolent red light as they look you up and down. Then the hallway fills with the sound of hideous mocking laughter as the clown's mouth opens, and a napalm cream pie springs out, coating you with flaming jellied petroleum. The experience is incredibly painful and not particularly amusing. Something tells you you wouldn't have gotten that reaction if you looked more like a clown. That something is this bit of really obvious exposition. Well, thanks for that. Let's go to my campground and rest up a bit. And we'll go back to the Funhouse. Okay, fighting a scary clown. Adventure again. Disease in a box. Wonklin is gaining weight, which is excellent. More creepy clowns. Bugbear in a box. I got another box. Let's let sleeping doors lie until I have more of the clown suit ready to go here. Another box. Shaky clown. Clown tries to hit you with the old squirting flower gag, but you decline to smell anything he offers you. Another set of bloody clown pants. That's a shame, actually. Okay. I got a bugbear beanie from the bugbear in the box. The disease fails to attack this round, as does the pokey part of the spring. Okay. Disease misses you this round and can't even smash you with the box. Okay. The clown asks you what time it is. You answer him and he gets nervous and walks away. Okay, bottle of tequila. Clown tries to bite you and throw you in the basement, but you quickly make friends with him. He squirts you with an acid squirting flower. The colors, man. Wait, not that kind of acid. Youch. Oh, I got an acid squirting flower. There's an accessory. Okay. More bugbear clothing. Oh, big red clown nose. It's also an accessory, part of the terrifying clown suit. But the flower is not. Okay, good to know. I have 2 parts now. We will continue to let sleeping doors lie. Okay, tries to give you a case of lemon head, but you decline to feel the lemon heads. Oh, I got a lemon. Sweet. Alright. Got another long skinny balloon. More clown skin. which would be great if I were a turtle tamer. Oh, and I'm out of adventures. Well, that's actually all I'm going to do today. I want to thank you very much for watching. I am going to do some cocktail crafting and get drunk, but I'm going to do that off camera today. So I hope you have a great night, and thanks very much for watching. This has been Dilsim, and I'm signing off.